All right, here we go. Back at it. It's the BCJ Nightcap brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken right here on BearcatJournal.com. I'm Chad Brendel. And it's been a couple days. Did Brendel's Bytes last night from the car. I'm going to do another video, Brendel's Bytes. Look at the bags. I'm tired. It's been a long day. But got to get one in. Got to get the content up for the people. We will start with Mike Denbrock. The news of the night is officially the new offensive coordinator at LSU. I hate to see Mike go. He has been incredible to me and to Bearcat Journal, giving the insight that he has given on joining us on podcasts before and doing the signing day podcast where he breaks down every offensive recruit. Like that's just access and information that it's so hard to get those guys to work with you in a setting like that, in a situation like that. So to get that from a guy that's at the level that Cincinnati was at is not common. And Mike was always good to me, and I think while a somewhat controversial figure, say what you will, the offense was successful, and you don't get 43-7 or whatever it is over the past 4 seasons with a bad offensive coordinator. So do I think, it's the end of the world? No. Do I think Cincinnati will miss Mike Denbrock? Yes. Obviously, Gino Guidugli becomes the front runner for that offensive coordinator spot. I think, he's waited his turn. He's been the quarterback coach for 4 years now, running back coach for the other. He knows Luke Fickell. He knows this roster. He knows that quarterback room. So I think that's the obvious choice. Do I think Luke Fickell will do his due diligence? Yes. But in the end, I think we'd all be pretty surprised if the next offensive coordinator is not Gino Guidugli. There was a succession plan in place. We didn't really have that with defensive coordinator last year with Marcus Freeman, at least yet. So that's why you saw Mike Tressel come back in. I think with this, Gino's been here from the start, and he knows what's expected. He knows how things are run. He knows Cincinnati better than anybody. And I think he's been an outstanding recruiter as well, allowing Cincinnati to get in. He'll keep that pipeline to Chicago open, and he's done a great job in Georgia, helping out some in Florida. So I think that's, if I had to put a instant prediction on it, which you guys know I don't like to do because a lot of times, there's so many moving parts that putting an instant prediction on it is a terrible idea. I think you would be hard pressed to say that, at the beginning of this process, Gino Guidugli is not the clear front runner. That's about all that happened today, right? Nothing else to talk about. The weekend from hell continues. Tulane beats Cincinnati 68-60 as the Bearcats open American Athletic Conference play 0-1. What a terrible first half. Terrible first half. 48-25. You can't let out Tulane outscore you 48-25 in 20 minutes. I mean, the defense, the effort, the rebounding, the offense, it's just everything was atrocious for 20 minutes. And then they were really good in the second half. The effort got better. The intensity got better. After letting Tulane just absolutely torch them in the first half, Tulane was 57% from the floor, 64% from three in the first half. And then in the second half, 19% from the floor, 5 of 26, 1 of 7 from three. They out-rebounded Cincinnati by 11 in the first half. Cincinnati dominated the rebounding statistics in the second half. Hold on. I don't think I have that right all the way. It was 19-17. Tulane out-rebounded Cincinnati in the first half. But Cincinnati just crushed them on the glass in the second half. But it wasn't enough. You can't put yourself in a 23-point deficit at halftime and expect to come back and win the game. I mean, and the sad part is they had the opportunity to do so if they'd have played well over the final 4 or 5 minutes. But instead, they, I think, missed 8 free throws in a row. They went 7 of 17 from the free throw line in the second half. 2 of 12 from 3. Here's the thing, and none of this is new, right? This is what we've been talking about for 2 months now. This team, because of their challenges on offense, has to play and perform with maximum infectious effort and energy in order to have a chance to be successful. When they do that, they look very good. When they don't do that, they get outscored by 23 in the first half against Tulane. Tulane was hot from 3 in the first half, sure. But the reality is they were taking wide open rhythm shots. and the scouting report coming in was that Jalen Cook and Jalen Forbes were outstanding 3-point shooters. One goes 3 for 5. The other goes 2 for 3. 5 for 8 from 3 in the first half for their 2 best shooters. You can't let that happen. And it wasn't a case of, a couple good shooters hit some good shots or hit some really tough, well-guarded, high hands, close out. No, they were just stepping in and firing away rhythm threes. And Cincinnati let it happen. And the consistency of the effort is the problem right now, because you're getting it in fits and starts. You're getting it in stretches, and you're seeing at times what the long-term goal is. But if the guys on the court can't sustain it, then you're going to lose a lot. West took the blame for it, said it's on him. He's got to figure out a way to get these guys ready. I don't think, he's lying when he said tonight in the post game that they've had a great week of practice leading up to this. And that's all you can do as a coach, is get them ready the best you think possible. And then if they fall flat, you got to go back to the drawing board and figure out what didn't connect, what didn't translate from the practice floor over 6 days, and why it didn't translate. Were they overlooking Tulane because of their record, which is ridiculous, all things considered? You can't overlook anybody, especially with the offensive struggles that this team has shown to be consistently an issue. I just don't I don't know how much of it is when I look at this roster. I know Jeremiah Davenport is the emotional, the heartbeat of this team. Who's really going to get after somebody for not giving effort? Who's really going to pull the team together and be like, look, this is unacceptable? Because a lot of that stuff has to happen internally. And it's in part, it's definitely on the coach to develop that internal leadership. But this is still 14 games into the Wes Miller era, and leadership doesn't happen by accident. Leadership happens by action, and it's organic, and it falls into place. It's not something, on the first day of practice, you just say, okay, you're the guy that everybody's gonna, listen to. And I don't know, is it because with Jeremiah Davenport, the effort is there. The energy is there. The kid is, Cincinnati through and through. But is he the guy that's going to, pin you up on a locker when you don't get it done in practice that day? Or I don't know the answer to that. So I think they're still searching. I think they're still trying to find their identity. And I think here's what I wonder is I wonder if they fully understand that they're a group that's challenged offensively, because you can tell them that, but kids believe in their ability, like at this level. That's how they got here. But there's something to be said for knowing your scouting report, knowing and fully grasping and understanding, like, we're not a team that shoots it real well. We're not a team that's going to hit 7, 8, 10 threes every game to boost our offense. So we have to bring it. We have to bring it. And they can bring it because we've seen them in spurts do it. We haven't seen them do it consistently, and that's the challenge and the struggle that Wes Miller is facing right now as he continues to try to develop this roster. Bad start. Nothing more you can say about that. But bad start to American Athletic Conference play. 0-1, 68-60 loss to Tulane. Player of the game, Jeremiah Davenport with 19, 6 of 13 from the floor, 3 of 9 from 3, 4 of 9 from the free throw line, a couple of those down the stretch late. He did have 10 rebounds, a double-double, 3 assists. So a solid overall game for Jeremiah. Problem there, nobody else in double figures. Yeah, Victor Locken had 8, but he turned it over a couple times and didn't look as strong as you want him to look when he catches the ball in the post. Mike Adams-Woods had 9. DeJulius with 7, 3 of 12 from the floor, 1 of 5 from 3. Another one of those games where he didn't really get things going right away and never really could find a rhythm. Mike Saunders, 0 for 7 from the floor, 0 of 4 from 3, 1 rebound, or 2 rebounds, 1 assist. In league play, you got to have better play from Mike Saunders Jr. If he's to step up and be, a guy that you're going to start relying on going forward, these are the type of nights that have to be an anomaly. And they have been an anomaly. That's not saying that it's been a regular thing with Mike, but the consistency, when you have an off night, you need to be in that 6, 7, 8, 9 point range, and not, 0 for 7, didn't get to the free throw line, which is something we talked a lot about with him in the beginning of the year. He was starting to show the ability to get to the line, draw contact, get to the line, put points on the board via the free throw line. Didn't happen tonight. I don't have a ton else. They were that first half was atrocious. And the coaching staff and the players have to make sure something like that is not, that they don't allow something like that to happen going forward. Sorry. All right, that's it. I'm exhausted. I need to get some rest. Daughter's got a volleyball tournament tomorrow, so got to rest up for that. And I'll be back with a nightcap tomorrow night, and we will get back into the week of content on Monday. And recruiting season, as Dave would call it. Transfer portal, finishing out the 2022 class, really turning your attention and putting a heavy focus on 2023. So Mick will be all over that. And we got a lot to get to this week. So stay tuned. That is your Saturday nightcap. Hope everybody had a safe trip home. I know the rain sucked. We caught it, fortunately, leaving at midnight last night. We really are leaving at 9:00 Friday night. We didn't catch it until Bowling Green this morning. I know some of you got it pretty bad all day. So hopefully everybody's safe and get some rest on Sunday if you can. Bengals Chiefs, it'll be interesting to watch too. But I'll be at a volleyball tournament. This is the Galactic Fried Chicken BCJ Nightcap with a mix of Brendel's Bytes right here on BearcatJournal.com.